What's up? Happy Sunday, and welcome to another episode of The Murder Mentality. As you know, I've been talking massively about gratitude, about how important it is to be grateful for life at all times. And, I guess today is going to be no different on that level. Let me get this adjusted here just a little bit. But mainly, one of the things that has been hella on my mind lately, let's go like that. Perfect. One of the things that's been massively on my mind lately is like remembering how important it is to live by example, to lead by example, and to live in that gratitude. I'm gonna have to adjust this again. This is gonna drive me crazy. We'll record this another day when it's not so weird. I guess it's fine. It's fine. All right. I'm a perfectionist. It's really hard for me to leave things alone. But I'm going to go ahead and just be grateful for the fact that I can do this and not bother trying to stop one of these recordings and call it an even. So, I just really need to talk to y'all today about how important it is to be grateful for every moment of your life. Nothing that you have is like, seriously, like not helpful because, basically, everything in your life, you're not guaranteed. And so when you're not guaranteed something, it's like super important to keep in mind at all times that you are like, realistically speaking, in a position where you are needing to show gratitude for what's in front of you. And I want every single moment of your life to be a prayer of gratitude. I want every single moment of your life to be a situation where you're choosing to like really show how much you know that you're not guaranteed the next moment, and to show how much you love being able to have the opportunity to experience this life. Man, is it so important to just, not a single second of this is guaranteed, man. You didn't ask for any of this. And just how everybody's like, well, I didn't ask for this. At the same token, like, you didn't ask for any of this. You were given it without question, man. And I want us to all learn that in a major way, each moment of our lives is literally an opportunity to show gratitude. It's an opportunity to have each second, each moment, each literal minute and an hour and day of our lives be a constant prayer of gratitude to the universe and our Creator. To show how grateful we are by not taking anything for granted, by not taking any of our pain for granted, by not taking the difficult stuff that happens to us for granted. And I'm just so blown away about how powerful it is once I start doing that, because people consistently, I mean, like somebody commented on one of my things on Facebook today about like how they don't feel like I'm going places anymore. They feel like, or like, hey man, I have a lot of potential. It's like, you are actually making things happen in your life, Justin, and it's just massively inspiring. And I don't even know how to feel about being an inspiration to people or something like that, but all I know is that I keep trying to make every second a prayer of gratitude by taking action on the opportunities that are afforded me and the things that are afforded me and the things that happen in my life based off of the fact that I'm just staying in position with God here. I'm just staying in the opportunity to allow these things to keep coming forward with me. And I'm so proud of the fact that like I have managed to come through so many difficult things, and there's so many difficult things ahead of me still. I just got news a few minutes ago that's really, it's like difficult to cope with, and I don't know how to talk about it. It's a somewhat private matter. It's not necessarily that I'm not willing to get vulnerable about it, but realistically speaking, this just is not the place to do it. And so I'm learning in a major way how important it is to have community and how important it is to be a part of community, and most of all to participate in all these things. It's so important to participate in your life, to stop being pushed around by the whims of the world, stop being pushed around by just whatever comes around that blocks your path, and to just stand up straight and say, what is up? I am here and you cannot stop me. And then just to continuously keep doing that, man. It's just, we spend so much time doubting ourselves, and doubt is the opposite of gratitude. Choosing to say, I don't think this is going to work out, is actually an act of ego, because you're trying to say, I can predict the future. And I think that a real positive mindset says, I think I can influence the future. And there's such a big difference between those things, because when you say, I can predict what's going to happen, first of all, you're acting out of ego, and ego is a fear-based emotion 90% of the times. And when we have that fear, we don't want to do something, that we don't participate, that we avoid the thing that's hurting us, we avoid the stuff that's going on, we are consistently fucking ourselves up. We're destroying our opportunities. We're destroying the things in front of us. We're destroying the joy that we feel in the moment. And the moment of living. Do you ever feel more alive than when you're actually attacking the things that are in your life that need to happen? You're actually influencing your future and influencing the people around you positively? Because I personally don't. I know that no matter what, I'm going to continue moving forward. I'm going to continue crushing each thing as it comes up. I'm going to continue asking the difficult questions and doing the difficult things and wondering when the next opportunity to be able to show this gratitude in my life will be. And man, like this is a moment for me to really get vulnerable with you guys in saying that, like, today I don't feel it, you know, like in the goosebumps like I always do. I don't feel it in such a way that I'm like, oh man, like I'm just a vessel right now for this important message. Like, I'm coming to you guys today to say that I'm not perfect and that I have difficult things that go through my mind at all times. I struggle with so much in my life, and I think that that's one of the reasons that I do these things, because I fucking need you guys as much as I hope that you are influenced by these things, man. I need this message to come from me, and I need these positive mind states and this purpose to come out of me more than I need to think about things. I need it so much, and I'm just, sometimes I struggle too, guys. Sometimes I sit in front of the mirror for a few minutes. What am I going to talk about? Is it going to be good enough? Are people going to have a problem with it? Am I being a real vessel for a higher message of a higher power? Am I choosing to be just the best version of myself in every way and every time today? And the thing is just like all of you guys, I struggle with decisions. I struggle with doubt. I struggle with everything in my life. I try to negotiate myself into doing less. And then I judge myself afterwards if I do. And I think that if we are living in a state of gratitude, that we try to remove doubt. And that doesn't mean that doubt doesn't happen and fear doesn't happen, because it wouldn't be brave if it wasn't scary. If it wasn't scary for me to do this every fucking time, even though I'm to the point where I can just talk and talk and talk and be in front of this camera, if it wasn't scary every time, it wouldn't be worth it for me. And, you know, I thought of it this morning. I thought that the thought of being on a stage and speaking to potentially millions of people that I might influence, it fucking terrified me. And I remember in that moment thinking, like, wow, man, like there's so much moving in your life that you haven't taken the time to really appreciate. You know, I've been trying to take so much action that I haven't taken the time to just live in the moment a little bit, to just allow myself to exist and feel life. And I think that if gratitude is action and that doubt is a lack of gratitude, I think that it's also important for us to live in between those actions and live our lives, man. Like, nobody on this world was created to be alone. Nobody was created to not feel these things. We are literally on this plane of existence so that we can experience these things. So that we can experience the doubt, but the overcoming of the doubt and how powerful that is when you come through it. And I know that people out there right now are watching this, and I know that there's so many people out there in the world that are in dark places and don't know how to feel and don't know what to act and don't know how to do or any of the things that are in front of them. And they just doubt themselves and they feel like nothing's ever going to work out. But I'm here to fucking tell you that it will. Everything will turn out exactly how it's meant to be, and how it's meant to be is for you to live a fulfilling but difficult life. If it wasn't difficult, it wouldn't matter. If it wasn't difficult, it wouldn't have meaning to you. If everything happened exactly as you wanted it to be, it would be boring beyond any type of measure. And so, today, I wanted to get down here and talk to you all a little bit about vulnerability and about gratitude and about how important it is to realize that we have a limited amount of time on this planet, and that when we feel those pangs of doubt or those things that we should be doing or those things that we want to do and all of that, that we realize that our life is 100% within our control. You know, the thing about it is that, you know, I've heard people say that predestination and freedom of choice are not the same and that they're mutually exclusive. But I'm here to tell you that I'm a fucking speck that lives on a world that's a speck, in a speck, in a speck, in a corner of the universe that's also a speck, and a speck. And it's infinite, all right? I can barely comprehend how big 10 miles is if I try to just think of how long that would look in my head. I can't think of how many a million people looks like offhand. It's just numbers don't work in human beings' heads like that. And so I offer to you today, it doesn't fucking matter whether or not it makes sense to you. You are not the one to make sense of it. You are just the one to enact it. You are just the one that should be taking action on that thing. And that we are here to experience this life and to experience the joy and the pain and everything in between so that we can all get closer together and we can all learn to be each other's brother and sister. And I know this sounds like some hippie stuff, man, but it's so powerful to realize that you're not alone. And the only way you can do that is by getting vulnerable and talking about it. The only way you can do that is by just putting yourself out there, by realizing that you're gonna fall down sometimes. That when you do, it makes you stronger for having got back up. That you shouldn't identify by your struggles, but you should identify by your overcoming of them. That you should learn more than anything that as long as you make your life a prayer of gratitude for all of the things that should be happening, that you want to happen in your life, and all of the things that you know have meaning or are important to you, and you take action on those because gratitude is action, that you cannot fail to live a meaningful and powerful life. I'm not saying that you cannot fail to have what you want, but I'm saying that you cannot fail to walk hand in hand with your Creator in such a way that allows you to know that you've done the best you could do. Even if you don't believe in a Creator, that you can look at the end of your life and say, man, I lived a life worth telling. I lived a life that made everything worth it that I did. I lived a life that made the pain that I felt more powerful when I passed through it. And I know that the more I align myself with that concept, the more I talk to myself in my heart of hearts, and the more I have a conversation with Justin, and I have a conversation with my Creator and the universe at large every day, and try to do it even minute by minute sometimes, but especially when I have doubt. That my doubt's removed because the answer is there within me the whole time. I always know what I should do, but it's that minuscule second between thought and action that fucks me up, that destroys most of us, because we're like, well, I know I should do this, but, and then that but wrecks everything. May we all learn to not have but in between what we know we should do and what we actually do. May we get out of our own ways. I just hope that anybody that watches these is touched in a way that helps them. Because I'm telling you this right now, guys, I need you as much as you need me. Probably more. This allows my life to have a meaning that I thought would never be possible. And as it turns out, having been so broken and bruised and in so many dark places, and allowing myself to see my life for what it was, which was just pain-filled, and it was self-inflicted pain over and over and over again, because I knew what I should do, but I didn't. And I think there's no greater pain in the world than knowing that you have a greater purpose ahead of you, that you have a greater challenge and a bigger mountain to climb, and saying, I don't feel like it. It's too hard. And when you say it's too hard, what you're also doing is you're spitting in the face of your potential, and you're spitting in the face of the Creator who has set this gift in front of you to take hold of. And all you have to do is take hold of it and put the action in. So I invite you today, let every moment of your life to be a prayer of gratitude for the fact that you're even sucking air, that you're even alive, that you're even able to experience and think with this miracle that is inside of your head, this miracle that's in your chest that you feel things with, and have that conversation with yourself and your Creator and everyone around you, and allow yourself to be a vessel for that universal love, because there is two things that is always a choice in everything we have in life. There's only two choices, two, that's four, two, you get what I'm saying. But the only two choices you have at any given second are love and fear. And when you choose fear, well, you live in it. And when you choose love, you live in love. And I think that even if things don't go the way I want them to, if I choose to live in love, that I cannot fail. Because that love will always be the choice for the difficult thing. It will always be the choice to be that friend that says, I know you can do better, and I love you enough to tell you that, and I'm here for you to help support you and pick you up and say, take that punch, climb that mountain, do this again. I promise you it'll work. I promise you that you will become exactly what you want to become, and that is to become a stronger, better, more influential, amazing person. Just like Joseph said, if we could grasp how short life is, I think if you guys knew that you were going to die of cancer next week, you'd make entirely different decisions with every second of your life. Because you'd be grateful for every second you were afforded until you passed. And I'm telling you right now, you don't know. You might get hit by a bus tomorrow. For all I know, you could have an aneurysm. I might die on this live. But I know that I want to die knowing that I've done my best, that I can look back and say, damn, Justin, you really were a real one. You grabbed a hold of it and you didn't let go of your purpose for anything. And you wrote it until it killed you. You found what you loved, which was the purpose in your creator and helping the people around you, and you let it kill you. Even if that takes 80 years or 2 years or 2 minutes, I don't care anymore. This allows me to live and walk in a level of mental peace that even though currently there's situations that are happening in my life that are difficult and painful to my heart in ways I'm not sure how to process sometimes. But I know that if I get on here and I share with you guys that I am making it through it. That literally while I was having this life, as soon as I started it, which is why I stumbled over my words, I saw a text come down and some things that were in it. I didn't even get the chance to read the whole thing. And it was like I got my heart ripped out of my chest a little bit. But I'm going to get through it. I'm going to talk to these people. I'm going to take care of the things that need to be taken care of. And I'm going to be the person that I know that I was always meant to be. I will continue to be the person that I was meant to be, that I always was but chose not to be. And I will choose love over and over again until the day I die. I choose love. And I promise you that if you choose love and not fear, and no longer allow yourself to even say that fear might be an option, you are going to live a meaningful life. Because fear is what holds you back from your greatest potential, and it's what holds you back from being the best friend, partner, lover, father that you could possibly be. Fear is what holds you back from just being you. There's no greater sin than not being you. You were created in your creator's image, and you are uniquely you. Would a diamond try not to be a diamond? Each one's molecular structure is different. Would a jewel try not to be a jewel? You are a jewel. Stop pretending like you are not. You are a royal priesthood, and you should start acting like it. I love all of you. And if you'll excuse me, I promised myself today I'm going to learn how to become an organized person. So I have blocked my time out in order to make that happen. And so my 20 minutes on this live video are up, and I just want to tell you all I love you. And if somebody else hasn't told you that today, I love you. And you can make it happen. Just stop wondering. Stop giving into the doubt. Stand up, put your shoulders back, put your chest out, and walk bravely into the next day. I love you.